CEO of Paradise Life. You already know. And CEO and COO of Flipfly Sports Bar, which we're here right now, Flipfly Sports Bar. By the way, before we get started, this video is 3 things that frustrate me as an expat. I've been an expat for about 15 years, give or take, maybe 16. And it's not just Sosua, just things that frustrate me, period, in the Dominican Republic, being here. I chose 3 things. There are more. I figured I'd start with 3. Not going to make this live too long. You guys can talk in the comment section as well. But as far as Flipfly Sports Bar, I'm going to give you guys a head up because I was just asked this a little while ago. Flipfly Sports Bar is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day. Yes, we stay open past 10 p.m. if there's an event on, a game on, so and so. 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day. Now me, I don't have a schedule, but I can tell you I'm here at 8 a.m., really 7 a.m. every single day. I'm here late once in a blue because I got things I got to do. My dinner time's at 8:30, so I like to be home, showered, get ready for the gym, and eat my dinner and get ready for the next day. So once in a while I'll be here late, but the bar's open, the restaurant's open. You can come get some food, watch a game, whatever the case may be. So that's that on Flipfly. Now, one thing is to be specifically clear. Being an expat is not what you think it is. It's not for the weak. If you're adjusting to a whole new culture, you're adjusting to a whole new lifestyle, whole new group of people than what you grew up with, than what you were around as an adult. But it also has its pluses with freedom. I've experienced a level of freedom that I've probably never experienced before. You can kind of do what you want, not illegal, but you can kind of do what you want, not have to worry about police. I don't worry about police at all here. I never have to, there's a lot of things I don't concern with, like crime. Crime is around, yes it is. I don't concern myself with any crime. The crooks here, you can see from a mile away. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, babe? You can see from a mile away, so it's not that hard. But it's not vacation and it's not a cheat code. But it is the freedom that I just told you about. I'm free to do a lot of things I probably wouldn't be as free to do in the States. But at the end of the day, there are some nuances that come with being an expat. So I'll get into number 1, and I'll catch up on the comments in a second. Unreliability when it comes to time, when it comes to culture. Things do not move like back home, wherever you're from. Appointments, deliveries can be late, maybe today, maybe next week. This is one thing I had to learn about this country. Hurry up and wait. Meaning we need your payment now, your information now, but you're going to wait for the service for whenever it comes. I will tell you a funny story that just happened to me yesterday. As you know, we had rain for a long period of time. I got my car washed finally in Puerto Plata. They usually open at 7:30 every morning, so I try to be there at 7 o'clock, be the first or second person there. Allegedly, they changed their hours. Who knew? Not the internet. Not knowing I know. So I get there, I'm waiting. I see a car being washed. One guy's there washing a car. So I figure, okay, I'm next. The employees just didn't show up yet. The owner shows up and starts to vacuum my car. He tells me they changed the hours. I'm like, okay, I didn't know. He goes, nah, you good. Pull up here. He starts vacuuming my car. That's what I'm talking about. Lead by example. That's some shit I would do. That's actually what I do. I come here, open the bar up, get everything prepared, organize everything for the day. Pretty much 5 days a week, 6 days a week sometimes. I'm here before the staff. So at the end of the day, that's rare. Usually they'll tell you, oh, come back 8 o'clock. But that was done yesterday. So unreliability with the time and the culture, but you have its exceptions. Oh, there's something else I wrote down here too. 1 second. You have its exceptions. And the exception is the inconsistency is part of that. You know what I'm saying? Things don't always run on time. I just told you business hours changing, stuff like that. I've run into that multiple situations. There are so many holidays here in this country. They change the holidays. Like if the holiday's on the 13th, they decided to move it to a drinking day. So it'll be the 15th. And now you're messed up because you don't know the bank was closed. So stuff like that. Okay, let me catch up on these comments. I repair orders. What's up? Boston Chili Wish. I was there. That's what's up. Tyler in the building. David, what up? Dave in the building. What up, G? Rico Kimbrough. Bert in the building. Jared, what's good with you? HR said I'm in the suit. It's terrible. I came by, but you wasn't there. Yeah, I'll be running around a little bit, but I'm here, bro. Like I said, you can always catch me in the morning. I can't speak on the evening because I got things I got to live as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day, but I also have to live my life and do things I need to do. I can't just sit in this chair 24/7. I try though. I try my best. So number 2 on my 3 things that frustrate me as an expat. Where's number 2? Here we go. This is a 2-part. Once again, each one has kind of 2 parts to it. The assumptions about you, well, about me or about you. Most people assume because you're a foreigner, you have money. They assume you're here for certain reasons. They also assume you're naive. I tell you how to move. You know, I always say you learn how to move, not just on vacation. As an expat, you got to know how to move as well. You have a lot of expats that get in a lot of bullshit on a daily basis because they let drugs and alcohol control themselves and don't know how to move. They hang with too many hustlers because they want to feel important. That's cool. No knock on them. But you got to know how to move as an expat as well. So there's a lot of assumptions. Everybody just think you got money. I don't know how many times I've been told I'm rich. You know, at the end of the day, I go, I'm just another guy living down here. I have a business, yes, but, you know, I'm not really into all that back and forth. So that's the number 2, the assumptions. Now, also the other side to that is the noise. One thing I learned about this country, especially small towns, it's really the whole country. It's a word called chisme. It's basically talking shit, rumors, stuff like that. You can't get past that. So when it comes to the assumptions about you, I'll give you an example. I was told I was on the run. I was told I was wanted for murder. I was told I robbed banks. I was told a lot of things about myself that literally made no sense. All because I was an expat. For you guys that don't remember, I'll say it and I'll say it again, and I'll talk about a Sunday service a little bit more. I am the youngest person I know living out of the country that was non-military. And I'm talking about years ago when I started living out here. I don't know anybody else that was my age. Now there's tons of young guys, but there was nobody my age at that time. When I first came down here, everybody was kind of in their 60s that were actually expats. Now it's a lot of young people, younger, even in the 50s is younger now. But when I first came down, it was like 65 and over. So expats for the most part. So you got to watch the cheese made, the rumors. So I tell people all the time, there's going to be a rumor about you. It doesn't matter. Someone's just going to have something to say and they're going to make up a rumor. It's going to spread. It's up to you to pay it in your mind. So that's another knock that I have. Like I said, it comes with the assumptions, and it's a 2-part with the rumors and the cheese made and the talking about you. It's just annoying. It can be real annoying down here. But there's nothing you can do. Even when it comes to the girls, like I told you, the stigma with the women is if you mess with a non-Dominican, you're a prostitute. That's the stigma. To this day, people still call chicks I dealt with, my baby moms, my girl, they think they prostitutes because of them dealing with me. My ex-fiance, when I first met her granddad, whose name is Gregory, by the way, we got to kicking it. He saw me like 3 times that week. We went to like dinner at their crib and had just kicked it at the crib. And he pulled me to the side, and it was the weirdest thing because I had no idea he felt this way. He's like, "I'm so glad you're here for the 3rd day." I'm like, "Appreciate you. You invited me. I came through." He was like, "What's up?" He was like, People know what this is. It's called oil dairy. You know what I mean? Educate yourselves. He was like, shout out to Greg. He was like, "I'm glad my granddaughter's not a whore." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, because you're a nice guy and you live here. You're not just a vacationer." I was like, holy crap. So even that situation, that's how her own family member felt. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically number 2. Double A, what's up with you? Dave said, you do look like you stuck up a bank of 10 or 10. But it's serious. There's been a lot of assumptions about me, man. A lot. Even from other expats. Here is number 3, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Here's number 3. And this is a 2-part as well. All these, it's only 3, but it's 2 parts to each one. The fantasy versus reality gap. That's number 3. Too many guys come here chasing the fantasy. No knock on you guys. But they think it's easy mode, okay? They think it's all fun, no structure, no rules, no regulations, because it's vacation time. But if you want to really be an expat, you have to lose the vacation mentality. You have to lose that vacation mode. I stress it to everybody. Once you decide to do a staycation, once you decide to stay here long term, you have to lose the vacation mode. Okay, you cannot be on vacation mode. You cannot spend the same amount of money in a month that you would spend it in a week. You can't spend it every week. You can if you have it, but it'd be a waste of money. You're just blowing money. You have to really understand that as an expat, you can stretch your money further. You know where to go to eat. You know where to go to drink. You know where the specials are, the daily specials, the happy hours. You know what I'm saying? You may not think it means a lot because you're on vacation, but when you're an expat, a couple of dollars saved in your pocket means a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And when you know where to go to eat, where to go to drink, that's not going to kill your pockets, it'll make more sense to you. Part two of that, part of number 3, and as part of this is the unrealistic expectations from other expats, from new expats rather. And that's what I mean. I'm bringing you into that part. Some people move abroad thinking it fixes everything. I say this all the time. There are people that live in Dominican Republic but don't live in Dominican Republic. Your bad habits follow you. Bad attitudes, racism, whatever the case may be. If you weren't disciplined home, you didn't have structure at home, you're not magically going to happen here. You know, and that goes back to the living on vacation. Some people, mainly new expats, come down here fresh off vacation mode and go straight into expat mode with vacation mode mentality. And what happens? Tons of issues, tons of drama, maybe locked up a few times. That's what happens here. So getting out of the vacation mode, learning from other expats as well, and having a real sense of being, okay, I'm going to be an expat. I'm going to experience things. I'm going to do things, locally and stuff like that. It changes things. Now, I have a kind of a handicap. I'm adventurous. So I go out and about. I tell you, Dominicans have told me I've done more than them in this country. I've gone all over the place by myself. I've gone to the tip of coast. I brought guys to the tip of coast. I've gone to all the barrios, the campos, the rivers, all that stuff. It helped me entrench myself more in the culture. Will many people do it? No. My man Tommy, shout to him, my Coco brother #1. We traveled this country together. He still lives here to this day. He's done things most people will never do. I've done things most people will never do. Now, you're in a situation where more guys travel around the country more because social media makes it a little easier now. And there's GPS. It wasn't GPS when I was driving around. So it's a little bit easier. But I did this all before there was GPS. When there was nobody in these towns that spoke English, I was already there. But that's the adventurous side of it. I want to experience things. I want to enjoy myself. I know that the locals are partying differently than anyone else in Sosua. You know what I'm saying? I know when I go a mile down the road, it's a different type of party. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I always tell people this because there's a big consensus when people online, and I be laughing. Get out of Sosua, go here, go there, go here. I'm like, you kind of, like, I would never say that. You're kind of leading someone to failure by telling them just jump into a city with no Spanish. Just jump into a town with no Spanish. Or not knowing anybody. Was I reckless about it? Yes, I was 100% reckless, but it allowed me to get the connections I got, and be able to travel the way I travel, go where I want to go, right? But I would never tell the average person, the average traveler at that, hey, just go down there and just tell them Greg sent you. That I would never do that, ever. When we did the road trip, many people saw that I've been to all these places before that we went to. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere except San Cristobal. That was the only place I had never really hung out at. So it's like, I would tell you explore a little bit, but learn the culture a little bit first before you just run up the mountain and go down one of the rivers. That's kind of reckless. That vacation mode is hard to lose. I get it, but you have to. In order to be a successful expat, you have to lose the vacation mode. You know, and believe it or not, it seems hard, but once I realized shopping at one supermarket was way different than shopping at the Calmado, I was like, oh, okay. Once I realized, like, okay, going to this restaurant was different than going to this restaurant. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. See, on vacation, I'm here to spend money. It doesn't matter to me. But when you're living in an expat lifestyle, you're kind of like, okay, how can my money go further? Oh, guess what? They got happy hour over here, such and such a day, such and such a time. Guess where I'm going? I still do it to this day. You'll find me in certain spots in POP, Santiago, Sosua, wherever. Oh, they got happy hour. I'm over there. My favorite spot. You know what I mean? So, you know, you stretch your money further when you know where to go. You know, always tell everybody the story. I had a situation where I lost my debit card. I was down here like years ago. I was down here like, oof, fucked up. Like, probably had $500 to my name, actual cash. And I was with this chick, and she came to the crib. She said, yeah, here, take this. I'm gonna cook spaghetti. I was like, what? She knew. She was like one of the few people that knew I was like kind of messed up because I was waiting for I had another card. I had no access to my money. And she gave me 1,000 pesos. Said, go get a drink. I'll call you when the food's ready. Now, you may say 1,000 pesos. What can you do with that? I go to DSC Says, get me a bottle, a chaser, and chill. And wait for that text, that food is ready. And sure enough, I got toasty over a nice little bottle. My chaser, went and had some spaghetti. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to know what to do, know where to go. But I learned those things over time. Same as learning where to shop. Same as learning to buy my furniture, where to buy my furniture when I had to buy furniture. Same as knowing that if I bought furniture, if I bought something, secondhand stuff sells here like that. So you ain't attached to nothing. So stuff like that. Blade Runner, what's good? Y'all can ask whatever questions y'all want as well. Steven said, did you fit into the culture right away? Did you feel like an outsider? I'm always going to feel like an outsider. But when I walk into a room, I'm not hesitant. That's just me. Like I said, I'm a little different. You know what I mean? I know wearing jeans or pants to a club, no one's gonna pay me any, never mind. But I don't mind wearing shorts to the club, certain clubs. But when I walk in a room, I kind of command the room. So it's like I don't really care I'm an outsider. I know that, I feel that way. But no one ever says anything to me because I'm not worried about what they say. You know what I'm saying? And also, especially back then, I was always with Dominicans. Always. Girls, guys, it was always with Dominicans. Like I said, I'm talking about Sosua specifically. When I say expats with street hustlers, I hang with Dominicans all day long, all over the place. I don't really hang with no street hustlers. I don't need them. I'm talking about Dominicans with jobs, middle class, upper class, whatever. We outside with them. But the street hustlers that just roam the streets, I don't need them for anything. I have no issues with them, but you won't see me like really. I say what up, kick it, because I know a lot of them when they were younger, but I don't need that. But yeah, for me, I've always felt like an outsider. I've always been an outsider. That's another thing I should add to it. So we did 3, but I should add a 4th one. No matter how long you're here, you're still a visitor. I'm going on 20 years coming to this country. I'm going on about 15, 16 years later. I lost track. You're still a visitor. I got Dominican kids. Doesn't matter. I speak Spanish. Doesn't matter. I do more ish than most Dominicans. Doesn't matter. I'm never going to be Dominican. I'm American. So no matter how long you're here, you can blend in, you can kick it with everybody, that's cool. But you're never going to be Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, I've talked to people like, oh, okay, where you from? You know what I'm saying? But you know, another thing is I sit and kick it. You know, you can just sit. I've actually been called conceited because I don't talk that much. One thing about Spanish culture, Spanish period, Spanish, it's a responsive language. So someone's always talking. You know us. I got to think, if it's not my business, it's not my business. So I'll be sitting there'll be a conversation going on, like six, 7 people. Everyone's got an opinion except me. Because I'll just be like, it's none of my business. You know? And when they look at me, be like, what you think? I'll be like, I don't really think nothing because it's none of my business. So that's probably the only thing that made me feel more like outside of, because they're waiting for me to add my 2 cents, and I don't got 2 cents to add because it's none of my business. Everyone else gave their opinion except me. So I'm an asshole because I didn't give my opinion. I love that part. Jehovah, salute. At some point we got to be real. People move overseas simply for affordability. That's it. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I really don't think it's just for affordability. Better lifestyle. More peace. I'm here for peace. Like I tell you, many people who know me always said I'm not the guy to travel for women. I travel for peace. Women has never been an issue ever in my life. But nah, I don't think affordability is the main reason. Oh, is it more affordable? Yeah, 100%. But is it the end all be all? I don't think so. Lance in the building, what up, little bro? One Dodo said you gotta have a life-size cardboard cutout portrait in the bar so nobody will ever say Flip wasn't there. Someone told me that, bro. Someone told me that I need to get a little cutout. Jazzy P, what's up with you? Pete Jack, good day, what up, Pete? Thanks for the info. Appreciate you, brother. Jay Quite, what up? Unexpected travel. Do you feel like sometimes you're losing your blackness because you're around so many Dominicans, not around a lot of our culture? No, because at the end of the day, being around Dominicans is pretty much like being around black people. I mean, it's home. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest surprises I ever had in this country, I was actually in San Juan de la Maguana. Actually, I was in Las Marches de Farfan, a little campo right outside. And I'm at a block party. Now, here's how green I was. I'm at this block party wearing basketball shorts. All right, it was hot as hell. I just got basketball shorts on. All right. And I noticed I'm the only one looking crazy. Right? I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I'm looking crazy right now. Basketball, everybody dressed up. But everybody was kicking it with me. You know, it was a basketball game. Everybody went to the block party. And I was just like, oh, man. Okay. I'm a gringo. But that being said, 2 trees full of liquor bottles and beer. That's what they do. They pile the bottles on top of the trees. Like, it's just piles of bottles. Not one fight broke out. Not one argument. No one raised their voice. I was impressed. I was like, this couldn't happen back home. And they play a lot of that dembow, which is basically Latin hip hop, if you want to call it. Everybody's dancing, having a good time. So do I feel I'm losing? I don't feel I'm losing anything. I'm enjoying the country, enjoying the new culture that I decided to be a part of as far as make my life in this country. Which anywhere you go, you should be trying to, adapt to that culture and try to assimilate as much as you can into the culture. Jay Quite said, and I hate honor. Shut up, my man, crew. Do you have an advantage of being of Dominican descent? I believe you do. I'm not of Dominican descent, but I believe you do, bro. Speaking Spanish alone, even if you're not of Dominican descent, is leaps and bounds above most people. Now, is it the end all be all? No. I know expats here that only know how to say cuanto. Only know how to say cuanto and hola. They don't know how to say nothing else. And some expats watching the video are going to laugh their ass off. Cuanto and hola. They don't know how to say nothing else. It is what it is. It ain't for everybody. But they're content in their life. They're good. You know, they got by that long without Spanish. They okay. Yeah, peace is definitely needed. Earn money, what's good with you? On the Express, that's what's up. Nah, DR would never get overcrowded. Blade Runner, see, I've gotten that one too. It's not my business, no opinion. Yeah, that, bro, years ago, I got called a bunch of assholes under their breath, obviously, because I just sitting there chilling. I got my cup in my hand. Interesting. But I got no opinion. People go, you don't talk? Oh, I was just listening. It's none of my business. I'm enjoying y'all banter. I ain't got no skin in the game. So, and you know, they talk about a million fucking things. I'll just be like, that's pretty fucking interesting. I'm like in observe mode, and I got called the asshole because I don't have no opinion. Oh well, I'm just observing. Jay Mitch, what up? Smith said affordability, lifestyle, and better food. Agreed. Oh yeah, I was so impressed by that block party because I even said to the people I was with like 3 girls and 1 guy. I was like, this can never happen where I'm from. All these people drinking, partying, dancing, all that liquor on each of the trees, 2 trees, all those bottles were consumed. Oh hell no, it'd be a shootout. They were looking at me like, why? Why would y'all be fighting and shooting out? I was like, forget it. You got to be there. Oh, the block parties are dope, man. I think I brought a friend of mine. I guess I'll give y'all guys a story. I brought a friend of mine to New Year's Eve. I want to say this was a little over 10 years ago. I want to say maybe 12, maybe 11. My boy Kiko was still alive. So my boy K, he came to Villa Liberation. Now, Villa Liberation is the projects behind La Union by the airport, if you know. So, taking the Villa Liberation, right? Now, me and Kiko got tons of people out there. I do a lot of toys there. I know a lot of people in Villa Liberation. So, he comes over, and he parks his car. I said, park your car right there. Parked his car right there. It's a huge block party. It's like 3 block parties. Everything going on. People cooking, all type of shit. So there's some people in one of the buildings. Now these are mostly like projects, but there's some people in one of the buildings got a little balcony and they cooking on the balcony. So I'm like, yo, what y'all cooking? You know, so they go, yo, come up. I said, yo, Kay, come on. Kay's like, I ain't going up there. You know them? I said, nah, it's a block party. It's fun. Go up, boom, 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 get to their crib, doors open. Come on in. Where your friend at? I'm like, oh, he down there. They pouring me shots of rum. Let's go. You want a plate? They barbecuing on the balcony. Boom, plate of food. I'm yelling down, y'all want some food? They like, yeah. They give me a couple plates, give me actually a little bottle of rum. Yo, we're gonna see y'all down there, enjoy yourself. Go down, give them the food, we drink. I'm like, why you come upstairs? He like, I don't know them. I'm like, bro, it's fun. Everybody having a good time. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I love about this country. They know how to have a good time. Now, if you're trying to sleep, because you got to do something in the morning, sometimes 2 get a time. But they know how to have a good time. And my man was so uncomfortable, he actually left. He was like, yeah, it's too much for me. I'm like, what's too much for you, bro? You live here, you got to be around everybody. Like, this is dope. Block party, wow, everybody having fun. No violence, no nothing. I love that. Yeah, D-Blade, how much and hello? Adapting to Dominican culture is easy to adapt. It's super easy in my opinion. You adapted as well. It's super easy in my opinion. Very friendly culture. Listen, for as much as people talk shit about Dominicans for the negative stuff, I can give you a million things that are the positive. You know what I'm saying? Very good people. You know, friendly. Always willing to help. You know what I'm saying? You have your assholes like you do everywhere, every culture, but for the most part, what I ran into here, you're not gonna experience that in America. Excuse me. GDH, what I said, what's up, Southside G, North Philly Greg, what up, G? NYG said, Europe, in the words of a legend like myself, Bruce Lee, be like water, just wanted to share some positivity from the water god. Appreciate you. What up, G? Nah, G, excuse me, I always say NYG, I didn't read the full thing up. But yeah, you know, easy to assimilate here if you want to. You know, there are a lot of people that don't care for Dominicans, which is weird if you're gonna live in this country, but that's none of my business as well. I love the country, I love the culture, I love the people, I love the music, I love the food. Hands down, I love the food. I love that any given night you can go have fun at a party. You know what I'm saying? Any given night. You know. And then you got levels. So one thing about me, and I'll give you guys a small synopsis on how I roll. There's levels, like there's levels back home, right? Like I come from the bottom, but obviously, made my way out. I guess you could call me middle class if you want. We know Too Legit is a bum, right? He comes from the bummy culture, so he's gonna get 25-cent sodas, quarter waters. That's gonna be his lifestyle, and he's gonna hang with people who drink quarter waters and eat Wise potato chips all day long. Same here. There's levels. You wanna hang out in the hood, you're gonna be around hood. You wanna hang around the middle class, you gotta go to the middle class restaurants and the middle class spots. They may not be so popping like the hood spots are popping. Hood spots are always popping. Because everybody, listen, we all know broke people have fun. Hood spots are always popping. I told my boy one time, I said, go to the spot that don't look like it's popping. That's where you're going to find motherfuckers with jobs, the middle class. That a lot of people are scared to go to these places because, some of them got more money than you. Then you go to the upper class spots. Same thing. They don't like it's popping, but it is. On the low. It just ain't the rowdy popping shit. You know what I'm saying? So once you figure the levels out, you can have a good time. I've gone everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where other Dominicans have told me, what the hell are you doing here? But that's me, I'm adventurous. You know what I'm saying? And I also wanted to really get to know this culture since I was going to be living here. Missing Sosua. Dave, what up? Fred C, what's good with you? So yeah, that's my story I'm sticking to. I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown one more time of my 3 things that frustrate me. The unreliability is number 1. Time, culture. 2, the assumptions about you, rumors, stuff like that. And then the fantasy versus reality. Vacationing to living like an expat. You really have to understand that the vacation mode is way different than expat mode. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's how I roll. That's how I've been a successful expat. When I say successful, meaning I've been able to be in this country all these years and maintain and enjoy myself, not have many problems. Things can be frustrating at times, but I tell people all the time, for whatever stress I go through, whatever frustration I have, I'm on an island. While Too Legit is sitting on his couch, rubbing his nipples in mayonnaise, I'm on an island. I'm actually living a paradise life. So I can't complain too much. Can things be frustrating? Yes, they can. It's not all just beaches and water and waves, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful weather and beautiful weather. Well, damn, I guess I messed that point up. But it's not all peaches and cream. How about that? But in the long scheme of things, it's a better life for most. I'm definitely living an amazing life. Not that I wasn't in America, but I'm living a great life down here. But I'm enjoying it. I love it. But there are things that you have to adapt to. Being that we are not from here. I'm not. This isn't my culture. I'm not Dominican. I'm not Latino in any type of way. So there are things you have to adapt to. There are things you have to change your mindset to. I see people complaining sometimes online. Oh, they play the music loud. Oh, they do this. Oh, they do that. Well, you're in their country. If you want to go back to Smith Street, go back to Smith Street. I don't know where Smith Street is at, but you can get there on Long Island. But you're on their block. This is Dominican Republic, where Dominicans live, where Dominicans play their music loud, where Dominicans ride motos, where Dominicans drive crazy. This is their country. So if you want Smith Street or Millbury Lane, you're not going to get that. It's just not how it works here. And just for context, imagine people coming to your block telling you how to live. Excuse me, sir. Can you please turn that music up? It's too low. Like, imagine people coming to your block, changing your ways. It's not gonna work. Let me catch up with this comment before I get out of here. J. Quay, I heard the electric grid is having problems. I bet. Listen, it's 2026. I don't know what's going on. The Django, what up? Appreciate that super chat. How has the Sosua and the Sosua travel changed from first trip to now? We'll talk about that on Sunday service, bro. I'm trying to stick to the subtopic on this one. Ganza, what up? Peace about Medellin. Trying to move different, trying to get to know what's going on out here besides Parker Yeras. And the Django, hit me on Sunday service. I'll answer that question. Always be closing. What up with you? Dave left. Tight, what's up, Tight? CPT in the building. Facts, I hit a regular casino off the beaten path and the roulette wheel was popping and some regular dude hit for 1,500 and I only won 350. Oh, good. Hey, listen, that's how I be. That's how I be. Live in America ain't all pieces of cream. Yeah, that's a fact, Dave. But here's the thing. We know it's America, right? So when I tell people, oh, I live on an island, it's not all it's cracked up to be. As far as, you know, it ain't everything beautiful, but it's better than most can think or most can say, because who would listen to me complain from an island? How much can I complain when I'm on an island? How much can I complain when every day except the last month it's like 80 degrees, 80-something degrees every single day? So that's my point. There's really no point in me saying, oh, I wish it was this way, I wish it was that way. I'm here. I have to accept things as they are, you know, and you adjust. Excuse me, and you make the best of it. If it was that bad, all these expats wouldn't be here. If it was that bad, a lot of people wouldn't be coming here. But it's a great life. It's a great country overall. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. 3 things that frustrate me about Dominican Republic or about being an expat. So you guys stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for Sunday service. Got a dope Sunday service coming up. I'm not going to keep this video too long. Appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Share the video with the peoples, man. Because a lot of people need to hear this, because being an expat is not what you think it is. You got to change the vacation mode to be in expat mode. Love you guys. MrFlipFlop. I'm out. Peace.